Made a bad start yesterday when he lost 3-0 in his first match to Sean Murphy. Beat Graham Dott 3-2, but lost 3-1 to Neil Robertson and 3-2 to Matthew Stevens. Ryan Day, meanwhile, beaten 3-1 by Judd Trump in his first match, then 3-1 by Matthew Stevens. Beat Graham Dott 3-2, but lost 3-1 to Sean Murphy. That's a good clean pot from Mark Davis. He was here in good time. We were talking about Neil Robertson being knocked to frame. Mark was here in good time because a big day this doesn't want to get eliminated here. This is a very popular competition with the players and obviously a chance to get in the winners group, but worst case scenario, if you lose in the playoffs is you come back in the next group. But of course if you're relegated, then that's it. You don't come back at all until next year.
Three. Four.
Oh dear, that was unexpected. Just came out of the blue.
Mark Davis 4.
Slightly took his half the pot possibly. And snooker's such an exacting game, you can't take anything for granted. Disappointing because it was a good initial pot, but he didn't make that much from it. Oh, and straight away Ryan Day misses. Players will be aware of certainly the table. They tend to gather around the computers down at the players' room where matchroom officials run this event and try and work it all out. It's a bit clearer now everyone's played 4 matches. But of course it's not just how many points you're on, it also depends who you're playing. These two playing each other, so somebody's got to go up to 2 points out of this one. And that of course impacts on then the players above them. So this group, certainly one of the tightest we've had for a while. stay considering the plant. Has the virtue of being right behind them, so although it's got to be made, the cue ball close to the first red makes it a bit easier. Well, he's certainly going to play it. Oh, he's not on the black though. So although he's got it, he's in fact snookered now on all the colours.
Green.
Nominated green.
Wow, I miss. Ryan Day 1, Mark Davis 4. Free ball.
Well, it's a free ball, so Mark Davis can nominate a colour as a red here. Can't just roll up to the green. Can't snooker behind a free ball.
Green ball.
So if he's nominated green, it looks like you're going to pot it. It's a free shot, really, this. Well, didn't pot it, but as I say, it wasn't going to leave anything. So, well, he's not happy, is he? Would have been on the brown as the colour had the green gone in, but it didn't.
Wow, I miss.
Well, it's obvious what he's trying. Two
Right,
cushions and then thin off a red down to baulk, but really get close. The worst thing, of course, he's not missing them as he did, but hitting it so thick that the cue ball stays in amongst all the reds and leaves a pot on. So, again, not that surprising he missed it first time, just a slight adjustment needed. More of an adjustment than that.
Wow, and a miss. Ryan Day 4. Come on. Right.
Well, can't see a red full, so not going to be warned that he'll be docked the frame here if he misses a third time. But he's still got to hit it at some point.
No.
He's asking the referee if he can see a red full. The referee says he can't, so he won't be docked the frame if he misses this time. That's a good shot in the end. Cost him 8 points, but at least he's not left a pot on. And Ryan Day pushing a red towards the corner now then. Like he's got some sort of cover with the yellow. playing up to it and trying not to leave it. Now this is good touch from Davis. That's a delicate shot he's played.
Yep.
Oh, what a pot that is. That's a terrific cueing from Ryan Day.
1.
Awkward where the white started, but a great pot. I remember Dominic Dale, who has practiced a lot with Ryan, said that his opinion Day is one of the best potters he's ever seen. And now he's got him in trouble.
Ryan Day.
Matthew Stevens, in the meantime, has taken the first frame on the other table against Sean Murphy. Of course, Matthew just lost a trump, but he has won the first there. Well, it was a bit of a wild thrash, but just a question of whether any damage has been done. First glance, could have been a lot worse. They're all covering themselves on that side. I mean, the cue ball there could have finished anywhere, but it's called the hit and hope for a reason. You hit and you hope. And as I say, it looks like he's got away with it. Another Day could have left Ryan Day bang in. There is, it would appear, one that pots here to this ball. Yes, and it's in, so he didn't completely get away with it.
Five. Wow.
Well, that all went wrong, didn't it?
Ryan Day,
Trying the
5.
plan, but one of the
Long
Reds
Davis.
has come off the table. Bizarrely, if that Red had just run along the top rail and into the opposite corner, that would be a legal shot. But the fact that it's left the table and hasn't returned means it's a foul.
One. 7. 8. 13. 40.
'Blue puts him 16 in front. Still enough open reds here to kill this frame off without worrying about the one by black and green. He's got blue available.
90. 20.
Mark Davis, who ran Mark Selby very close on the first afternoon of the Masters. 5-2 down he was, made it back to 5 each. Decider was 54 minutes of nerves and anxiety. Selby eventually won it, of course, reached the final. I think it illustrates the fact that, and we saw this with a lot of close matches at the Masters, there's not much between
25.
top players. Don't get that many runaways these days in matches featuring two of them.
26.
He keeps getting the right side of the blue, which is good for Davis to continue this break. It puts him 28 in front, this blue. Well, he's decided to try and disturb them, and it doesn't seem on first glance to have worked out too well. The white's gone awkward.
31.
Felt he needed to get amongst them. So this is a tough one now, where the cue ball is close to that side cushion. Well, at that pace, it made it even tougher.
Mark Davis. 31.
So a 31 break from Davis leaves him 28 points in front, but still 4 reds remaining. And of course, that's the other problem with splitting the red by green and black. It actually helps Ryan Day because he's going to need that red.
Thanks. 1. 7. 8.
21. Well, this is looking like a good chance now. Suddenly all the balls out in the open. Ryan Day, exceptional talent. Never won a major ranking title. Has been in 3 finals. Was as high as 6th in the world 4 years ago. He's dropped down to 21. He's actually been lower than that. He was down in the 30s a couple of years back, but just Just gradually pulling himself back up again. Oh dear. Had the cue ball clean, but has missed the red, and was still left it hanging in the jaws of the opposite corner. Ah yes, not happy.
One.
So after all that, it's looking like 1-0 to Davis after all. But we've seen a couple of mistakes from these two already, which kind of shows you why they're in the relegation zone. I think overall, from what I saw yesterday, Davis probably played the better snooker of the two. And he leads by 33 now, with just 27 on. He made sure of the points there, rather than trying anything too flashy to get on the yellow, which is entirely understandable. Oh, still rammed it in though.
8.
So 1-0 it's going to be to the Englishman.
$21. 25. $30. 36.
He needed a second chance, but it came when Day missed the red to the green pocket, left it in the jaws of the yellow pocket.
43.
And a 43 clearance from Mark Davis gives him the opening frame. And, another £100. Gets us underway again. Well, that's more like it. Cracking pot from Ryan Day. Just the sort of pot you need to, I think, get your confidence up. But equally, you've got to try and make something from those initial good pots.
Five. 6. 30. 40.
'Yes, took the opportunity to split a few more, and this is looking like a good scoring chance now for Bridgen's Ryan Day.
21.
All the top players really are attack-minded. Gone are the days where frames would start with 10 minutes of safety. It does still happen now and again, but not by design, just if the balls go awkward, but most players would rather get in and try and kill frames off. Stephen Hendry, I think, has to be recognised as the pioneer of that style of snooker. He set the standards that everyone else is still aiming at.
$26. $27.
If he's not on the red to the corner, he's on the one to the
32.
middle. Well, as you can see, this one goes anyway.
$33.
Well, he didn't play for the yellow, but he's just overdone that. Playing for blue.
$35. $36.
Well, it's a great initial red, but as I say, the key thing is once you've earned the chance to really hammer it home. That's what Robertson has done so often this season with all those centuries, 67 of them now. That's what Ryan Day's attempting to do here, and
44.
it's looking pretty good, 44-0. With the Reds where they are, it's looking like one each. That didn't sound like the best contact in the world, it's got to be said. It sounded a bit clunky.
$46. $47. $54. $55.
And that's another kick, and that was pretty horrible. At least the black's gone in, but he still needs another red. That's the problem.
Yeah. 62.
62 in front, but still 67 on, so he's in need of another red here. Kick, of course, has completely killed the cue ball. So he has one to the green pocket, and if it goes in, Mark Davis needs a snooker. But it's not in. It was made more difficult by the kick, losing position.
Right,
so
62.
well, we saw this in the previous match on this table. There was a frame where Matthew Stevens looked certain to win frame 3 in the match with Judd Trump. Couldn't kill it off. Trump made a good clearance, and that gave him all the confidence he needed to finish off with a 1-4-2. On this occasion, At least Day hasn't left anything, but the frame's still live, as you see. Enough on for Mark Davis. Didn't play the double kiss, but he'll take it. It's finished well. The cue ball in an awkward spot. One all between Sean Murphy and Matthew Stevens. Murphy winning the second frame. Day just needs to be careful. The cards are stacked in his favour here. There's a red safe on the right side, and he's got a big lead, but he knows it's certainly not impossible for play of Mark Davis's ability to clear up or win the frame maybe in a couple of visits. That's a good shot. He's keeping things as tight as he can, trying to force a mistake from Ryan Day. The only thing is, Day's such a good potter, even if he played a good safety. For example, this red pot's. It's the only one he needs. Well, I think he did take that on, but he didn't get very close to it. Now, if this pots, then this is a chance. Still the one safe red on the right-hand side, but even so, chance for Davis to get back into the frame. Oh dear. Too close, and the red he's closest to is on. And if Day pots it, then it looks like one each. It's been a rather messy match, to be honest, this one, but chance here for Day to make it one apiece. And there again, missing straight away. Really sums up the match so far.
One.
Well, that's a cracking pot, but still plenty of work to do. The red's awkward, but well, he's in.
57.
Eight.
Well, he was in, but again, just slightly came across the red, and he's not got away with this one.
Mark Davis. 8.
So, frame ball. In a way, it's even more disappointing for Davis, the fact that he had the chance and couldn't take it. He'd rather Day just won the frame in one visit now, I think.
1.
So, a bit scrappy, a few mistakes on either side, but we're level again.
72.
Having started a point apiece, same amount of frames won and lost, same amount of money coming in.
8.
Going to be 1-1, so say level once again.
9.
I wonder if anyone can seize the initiative in the remainder of the match, because they must each feel, well, I'm not playing well, but neither's the other guy.
Sean Murphy. 72.
16. 70. 22. 23.
So, an initial
23.
62 gave Ryan Day the lead.
Ryan Day.
Mark Davis did have a chance, but missed that red to the green pocket, and Day has done enough to make it 1-1.
Sean Murphy.
Chance at this one. Yes, that was asking to be put away, really.
1. 6.
Seven. Matthew Stevens. 6.
Well, he was going well in the last frame, and to be fair to Ryan Day, when he broke down on 62, he just had a kick, so the red he left himself that he missed was not straightforward. It wasn't his fault that he got the kick. Oh dear. Well, he was going well. Been, I guess, too many of those sort of misses from these two in their matches so far. That's why they're in the position they're in.
One. Four. Five.
Well, you still expect him to pop the black, but it's made more awkward the fact the cue ball's come close to the left-hand side cushion. No problem.
22.
Ryan Day, I'm sure, would feel these should have been his. He potted a good red, Ryan, to get
12.
in, but... Oh, but he's in his seat.
Twenty-three.
13.
Well, he's getting them open bit by bit, and good scoring chance this for
20.
the Hastings man. Mark Davis, 3 times the
21.
world's 6 Reds champion, which is, as it sounds, 6 Reds as opposed to 15. He's won it the last 2 years in Thailand. No real explanation, even from him, as to why he comes to the fore in that version of the game, but he invariably does. He's just left this a bit awkward. It's awkward queuing. Just got to drop the red in, though. He should be on the black, so still expecting to be
28.
okay here.
Touching ball. 29. $36.
Well, he's only 24 in front, so still work to do here, but enough reds to go at, you would feel, for Mark Davis to win the frame at this visit.
$37.
It's interesting how just the last couple of years he's suddenly come to the fore. For many years he was a member of the supporting cast down the rankings, got himself into the top 32, now the top 16. Been in 3 major semi-finals last season and a bit, including the UK Championship last season. Beat John Higgins there, beat him again first round of the World Championship. So
43.
added to the 6 Reds triumphs that I mentioned, it's been a very successful couple of years for Mark Davis, and he says he thinks it's down to the increased playing opportunities. It's allowed himself to get some form and some rhythm going. I think the thing is, when things are going well, you don't really question it too much. You just enjoy it and hope that it continues. No reason to dwell on things. Meanwhile, this is a little awkward. You saw him shaking his head because he's got a cue over the blue. And he's missed it. Yes, he'd be disappointed there. It was the positional
Mark
shot
Davis. 43.
that really messed things up for him. So just 31 in it. It's just a question of where everything finishes here. It's not finished well for Day. There is a red that pots to the right middle.
One. Seven. 8. $15. $60.
Well, the black puts him 54 in front. He'll still need another red as well. Couldn't be any problem here. So although he didn't kill the frame off first time of asking when he broke down on 43, still
23.
looks like he's going to go 2-1 up.
24.
There have been mistakes on both sides, though, which is, I guess, why these two
31.
players find themselves where they do. In the relegation zone as it stands now. Well,
Mark
just
Davis.
see where the day plays on. He
31.
needs 3 snookers. He's going to, well, he's having a think about it. If he can pop 2 reds, 2 blacks, he's got a chance with the last red. There's always a chance of a free ball as well. So if he can keep 1 red on the table, then he's got half a chance.
1.
And it's a good chance because as long as he gets on high
8.
value colour off this red, the last red can lay a snooker in behind the black. Needed to pot it first. Of course, he's playing position. Well, this could still go in. Oh!
9.
How's your luck? Still needs the black, though. If this doesn't go in, he will concede. Mark Davis knows that. And it hasn't. And he has.
Ryan Day, 9.
So,
Conceded.
it's 2-1 to Mark Davis.
Mark Davis.
Again, not necessarily world-beating stuff, but he did enough to win the frame.
Touching that one.
Touching ball called by referee Brendan Moore. Ryan Day just raising the bridge hand and can play away because it's touching, trying to leave the white somewhere on the baulk cushion.
Foul.
Ah,
Mark Davis, 5.
bit unlucky really to knock the blue in. Well,
1.
I think this black does still cut, but of course the problem he's got is the white's going to be running round the table because it is a thin one. Well, it's amazing that he's overcut it.
Mark Davis, 1.
He actually managed to hold the white pretty well, which now is bad news for him because it's given Day a chance. Wants this white to stop so that he's on the black.
1.
And he's left it awkward, queuing over the brown. A loud sigh from Ryan Day. This game, no matter how long you play it, how many years, it doesn't get any easier. So many things can go wrong. Still on the black, but it's just finished a little more awkward than he would have liked. And it made it harder to hold for the red.
Eight.
So it's the
Ryan
first
Day.
shot where things went wrong. Didn't finish as intended on the black. Couldn't get on the red. And didn't want the cannon on the green, really. Just trying to put Davis in a bit of trouble. Gives Mark Davis a chance to play an easier safety, put Ryan Day in trouble. Same scenario though, he's caught the green. Well, can he get through the gap to hit the red directly? Can. Oh, he's hit the
Wow,
black.
miss.
Oh dear, that could be a huge mistake. Could be his last
Mark
shot.
Davis 7.
That's amazing to hit the black. Oh dear, what a rotten way to lose if he does lose the match from that. Well, every chance for Mark Davis now. Highest break of the match for him, just 43, but this is sort of position you want to be in. Red spread, black available, pink available. Disappointing not to make certainly a reasonable sized break, maybe a frame winning break here.
8. Nine.
Oh, it's just amazing how quickly all that went wrong. I mean, it was a good position to
Mark
be
Davis
in.
9.
To make 9 from it, he'll be absolutely sick. Just for whatever reason, not producing the goods here. He did the first week, played in groups 1 and 2, and played pretty well overall, but knows that Day now has a chance for 2-2. But of course, he struggled last couple of days as well, so see how he gets on. Certainly, as I say, the sort of position you'd want to be in. Well, that black only just dropped. So both players struggling. At least it actually went in, though.
8. Nine. $40. $50. $22. $23.
He knows it's a chance he might not have got. The last shot he played to let Davis in, where he was going for the long red over the pocket, caught the black, would have been, as I said at the time, a horrible way to lose this match. But now he's got a chance to make it 2-2. Davis, it's got to be said, lost his way very quickly. Lost position on the black, played the pink to the middle, but missed it.
$31. $38. $39. 46.
Ryan Day has made the only sizable
47.
break so far of the match, a 62 in the second frame. Be another one here though. Well, there's the half century. Leads by 38. Not much more to do
52.
to win this frame, and Mark Davis will reflect. I'm sure it could well have been over, but he only made 9 from what was a very good chance. The Day caught that black.
53. $60. $61.
So I'm checking the scoreboard. He knows that this frame should be over. 47 in front, 43 on, but the pink leaves Mark Davis requiring 3 snookers.
67. $68.
Not going to be much time before the next session starts, 2 o'clock UK time, so only 20 minutes. But we're still going to have one more frame here. At Ryan Day's first on at 2 o'clock against Neil
75.
Robertson. Well, it doesn't matter about that.
75.
75 break is enough to make it 2-2, but Mark Davis it was who broke down Mr. Pink to the left centre to let Day in. Well, that's finished pretty awkwardly there. Makes this shot a lot tougher. Doesn't want to catch the middle, he's okay. Oh, it's a cracking pot. Little kiss would be
One.
nice to leave him on the brown. Don't think he's on the brown. Be on the yellow. Would have preferred the brown.
Three. Four.
Well, he made a good 75, and as I said before that, he made the only other significant break in the match, 62 in the second frame. So he's been scoring, Ryan Day. Mark Davis's best, a 43.
Ten. Eleven.
Played that well. Problem he's got here is where the black
60.
is. Having to keep going down for blue or pink. Well, he's played to free it. He saw a chance to free it and took it,
Seven.
and that's a good shot from Ryan Day, and that will help him.
$24.
Nickname is Ryan Dynamite Day. He's not been too explosive yet in this event, but there's still time. Oh dear. Well, he rather bombed on that one.
Ryan Day. 24.
So 24. Looking for a lot more than that though. I think the question for Mark Davis is not so much getting in, it's if he gets in, what damage can he do? Because break building today has not been as fluent as he would have hoped. Nowhere near the pot. He's struggling for whatever reason. I think sometimes if a player just starts making mistakes, then it's very hard to turn it round, particularly in this format where you lose a few and you just, as you can look at his body language, just feel a bit dejected by it all. But it's not over yet. It's only 24 in this frame. Well, it was kind of asking to be potted, that, and it was. And it's a great shot to get where he's got. He's nicely on the blue. So this is a second chance, and it's a good chance now to win this match for Ryan Day. And if he did, and it's still a big if, but if he did, I think Mark Davis would look back to the fourth frame where he had a very good chance early on and almost immediately broke down. Ever since then, his body language really hasn't been too good.
Six.
Ryan Day just spotting something on the cue ball, asking the referee to just give it a clean. This moment, of course, good chance to win. You don't want kicks and bad contacts affecting the shots.
Seven. Twelve. Thirteen. Sixteen. Seventeen. $23. 24.
Black puts him 55 in front. 75 on. But enough reds to go at to win this.
$31. $32.
We've been here before, 62-0 with 67 on. That was frame
38.
2. He won it eventually, but needed another visit. But if this red goes in, then Davis needs snookers. And he's missed it. Oh dear, dear, dear. So still not over.
Ryan Day. 38.
Mark Davis can win. Just about. He needs all the reds with big colours and the 6 colours. Ryan Day, shake of the head. It's out of his hands for now.
One.
Seems these reds are just all covering one another, so he might have to just try and disturb them here in potting the black, as long as he remembers to pot the black. Well, missed them. Red down the table's no good to him because he needs
8.
high value colours. Well, he could take the blue, but it's a tough pot anyway. Well, looks like he's taking it on. As I say, the blue will be enough. Went full-blooded at it, and he seemed to be playing for pink or black there. He didn't need them.
Mark
And,
Davis.
well, he's
8.
left a pot on, so again, it's frame and match ball for Ryan Day. 54 in front with 59 on. Second chance to kill the match off. And this time, it's in.
1.
So they've each got one more match
6.
to come. Day plays Neil Robertson very shortly, actually. Davis a little later plays Judd Trump. Ryan
6.
Day
Fema match Friday.
obviously in better shape, though, with 2 points now compared to Mark Davis's 1. So Davis struggling, you feel,